Most people think you need thousands of dollars worth of tools to get into woodworking, but that is simply not the case. On today's video, I'm going to show you how you can get into woodworking for under $300, and we're going to get you 5 great quality tools that will get you moving forward in your new hobby. Okay, so the first one, you need a drill. You don't need to go out and spend money on an impact driver. You don't need a heavy duty drill. Woodworking, you're mainly working with plywood and 3/4 to 1 inch width boards. So nothing that requires anything like a Milwaukee hammer drill or anything, or an impact driver. It may not be as fast as an impact, but it will definitely get the job done, and in some instances, better than an impact driver. So my first one was actually a Ryobi. This is not a heavy duty drill by any means or any definition out there. It definitely get the job done. As you can see, there's lots of war wounds on it, so it's definitely been used. So yeah, take a look at the one I have linked down below if you don't like it. Go see if you can find something else, but all these tools, if you bought all of them all at once, would total for less than $300. So let's take a look at your next one. Okay, so you need some type of a sander. So this is a random orbit sander. This is the first random orbit sander I ever bought. It worked very well for me. If you take a look down in the description below, I will have a random orbit sander as well. That is what I would suggest. I don't suggest belt sanders. The random orbit is very good because it will provide you the results needed. If you need to actually smooth out like face frames to cabinets, this can get it done. It could take a little bit longer, but this gives you a whole lot more room for error than something like a belt sander or a very expensive gear-driven rotary sander, which is something you want to stay away from unless you've been doing this for a bit. So rotary sander is a good tool to make sure you have before you get started on this. Lots of options out there. I have one linked below, like I said, but you definitely need a random orbit sander. Okay, tool number 3, not a shocking one at all. You're going to need some type of a router, and a router table is a nice add-on, but not a requirement. So you are able to do a good bit without a router table just by using the router itself. You can do dados, so you can make grooves. So like if you're doing a bookcase, for example, you can actually join the shelf into the side pieces itself, and that will give you a much stronger joint. All of the roundover options are available as well. This is great if you are doing some more intricate pieces, but it's not a necessity. You can do a very large amount of work without a router table just by using a router itself. I found one that's close to the size of this Craftsman that I have, so I wanted to make sure you had something similar to myself because I had very good experience with this and still use this, even though I do have a Festool 1400. This guy kind of lives in my router table now, but I use this on every project essentially up until just recently. It's done very, very well. So go ahead, check out that link below. Let's go ahead and jump into the 4th tool. We are taking a break from the power tools with this next one. Don't worry, we'll be going right back to it. For number 5, you need some decent chisels. Not for making any grooves or anything like that, but this will allow you to clean up any edges. So if you're doing grooves with the router per se, you can actually use these to clean out the bottom of those grooves and make sure that everything is going to come together nicely. Don't cheap out on chisels. Don't go buy the cheapest ones you can find. I found a set down below in the description that will provide you some good results based on the reviews, and they're not the cheapest ones you can get. You can go to Harbor Freight and find some decent ones, but just be careful you aren't buying anything cheap, because I have seen stories of cheap chisels, literally the whole ends breaking off of them if they're hit. So just be careful. You need something, and you don't need a big set like this. You can add on to these as you go, but if you can find a decent price set, I would jump all over it. So let's jump into our last tool, Number 5. You need some type of saw. You guys were probably wondering when this one's gonna show up. This is a circular saw I have had and used on woodworking my entire time. I literally, so that track saw right there, I got that about 2 weeks ago. Haven't even had a project to use it on yet. But this is something that you will need, and it is much cheaper than a table saw. So these skill, I don't even know if skill is a part of skill saw anymore, but this is the one I have had no issues with it. The way I use these to make good cuts, I even have cheaped out and I would just use a level and use the straight edge on my box level here. So you can get good quality rips and cross cuts. The only thing you're missing by not having a table saw is ripping a 8-foot board or piece of plywood. It's just going to take you a little bit longer, but if you're cross cutting, so if you are cutting the short direction of a piece of plywood, you're going to want to use a circular saw or a track saw for that instance anyway. You don't want to try to put an 8-foot wide piece up on a table saw and push it through. So you're definitely going to need some type of a circular saw, preferably one that has angle for miters as well, so you can do 45 degree or whatever it is on your edge of your board. You can get away with that. This is something that will allow you to get into it and start dabbling with it. You are most likely, once you get into this and start realizing you enjoy it, you are going to want to end up probably looking for a table saw or a track saw at some point. But just want to show you that you can start getting some results without having to spend hundreds or thousands of dollars on a single tool itself. So that's all 5. If you guys have any questions, comments, thoughts, concerns, please leave those down in the description below. I greatly appreciate you watching and hope you guys will come back for more. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one, y'all. Hey, you made it to the end. Thanks for that. Please check out our other options for videos, and please don't forget to like and subscribe down below.